that's actually, we've managed to pass this. We said it should be case insensitive. We're returning true for all those tests, just automatically, and it should ignore normal characters. So we've got those to pass green. Anyway, so the idea is that you can, with this sort of process, that you can have a, you just go on modifying the code here. And keep on doing it until all of the tests go green. That's the desire. So we can do things here, like we can kind of do a test, and you might say like, well, what's going on? So because this module is going to be mixed in with the class string, what we've got access to is the self, and self refers to the string, the contents of the string. So I can do things like self. We can sort of check, is self equal to the word palindrome, or we can check, is self equal to the word. Here we go. Let's do it like this. We could do self is a redivider. That's spelled wrong. Redivider. It's my brain. It's late on a Friday now. What is going on here? My brain. Access brain. It's that's how we spell redivider. That's what I'm looking for. So I pop that in here. And redivider. Okay, so I save that. It's, you can maybe see over here the things will come up. And then now what it's doing here is we're getting, it's annoying actually because it's really good to see, but we can see that it should work for simple strings here, and it's failing for these ones. So we can see what we're doing here is I put in a simple test that it's testing, is this string, right? If we go and look over here, what happened is we create the string redivider, right? And that's an object, okay, of the class string. And this is when it gets complicated with RSpec. RSpec has all this sort of this syntax that basically says, okay, if you do should and then be a palindrome, it basically calls, like, I'll just type in here what it does. It calls in, it basically, what it does here, it goes redivider. sort of, hard coding a solution that doesn't actually, completely answer the problem, but, is doing enough to making that single test pass. So that, should work for single strings, should work for simple strings. That line of text there corresponds to here. So this is the specification that it should work for simple strings, and then it's going to do those tests. Anyway, this is my video junk there, just showing you, trying to help you interpret the R spec there. So this is basically this language, and then later on in the course, they're hoping to see if you can maybe start writing some of this for yourself. And then there's the idea that you kind of write almost in this pseudo English the specification of exactly what the code should do, and then you can see it failing, you see it going red, right? You've got something that's definitely not working, and then you start implementing the code. And so this is like the more sophisticated testing version of the things that I was showing you before, like puts does something equals something, and so on. This is now, there's a whole framework here, including things like autotest, to support you working with the code. And the idea is you have these complex code bases, and potentially, any change that you make could have long-term effect. You have all these long effects. That's why it's really difficult to program against complex systems. Here, the idea is that with the specification of the test suite always running in the background, is you get alerted immediately if there's some untoward effect from the changes that you've made in your code. So, that's clearly not the way to go. But you can see here how I've got access to. I hope not. I should have completed that one. But if I go back to, so the redefine is the string. We've opened up the string class. We've added a palindrome method to it. That's for them to see. There's now a palindrome method. So when we call the palindrome method on this redefine the string, we have access. This is, you imagine that here you're inside the string class, or you're inside the object in a particular object, and so we can refer to self, and that means it's the string. So here I'm checking is that redivider. So the thing that we actually want to do, to actually do the homework, is we need to reliably check whether if I scroll down there, we can see now what it is here is all the way down. There should be a palindrome. Okay, welcome back. Here we are in the next bit. So this is fun with strings. I hope you've got your system set up so you can see the autotest and you've got your code ready. So what we're going to do here, for example, here is in this problem, we have three functions that perform basic string processing. The first one, palindromes. So we're also called palindrome is. So we can see here that if we look at our specification, we can see redivider should be a palindrome. And so these are the tests. They're obviously not completely exhaustive, but we've got a number of tests here that are checking, is our code working? We look at our code here, and we've got palindrome. Now, the interesting thing that we're doing here is we're using one of these Ruby features that you don't get in things like Java, where we're basically able to open up a string class and mix in a module. So here we've got a module called Fun with Strings, and we're basically able to decorate the string class, which in